Youth are the most important and dynamic segment of the population in any country. Youth are the backbone of society and hence they determine the future of any country. It is believed that developing countries with large youth population could see tremendous growth. Youth are the real assets of any country. WHO defines youth as the 15 to 24-year age group. Today, there are 1.2 billion young people aged 15 to 24 years, accounting for 16% of the global population. India has the largest youth population. Almost 35% of India's population comprises youth. Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Punjab, Andhra Pradesh have the highest number of youth in our country. The United Nations General Assembly endorses the recommendation that August 12th be declared as International Youth Day. Since then, it is celebrated to raise awareness about the cultural and legal issues faced by youth throughout the world. The theme of International Youth Day 21 is Transforming Food Systems, Youth Innovations for Human and Planetary Health. We at Medicircle are conducting International Youth Day Awareness Series to promote and cherish our youth entrepreneurs that are responsible for tremendous growth of country through their hardworking and innovative skills. Hello, I'm Aprajita Mehra, and today our guest for the talk, Priyanka MD, is a psychologist. She believes that unfulfilled childhood memories and dreams are the driving forces that shape our personality. Based on the psychodynamic, behavioral, humanitarian, and existential theories, her approach is scientific yet eclectic. She specializes in treating trauma and abuse, clinical conditions like depression, anxiety, and OCD. As a trainer, she has worked with numerous industry leaders. So welcome, Priyanka. It's so lovely to have you here this evening.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure and honor to be here. Already, I just feel so comfortable talking to you. So I'm looking forward to what we're going to be discussing, especially if something that you just spoke about, youth, such an important thing, right? So happy to be here.
So tell me, Priyanka, you as an entrepreneur are joining us today and you are a co-founder and director of your company, Inspiron. Like, what does this name mean to you and how you began this journey? What is your contribution to the healthcare industry? This journey, how has it been so far? Tell us something more about it.
Yes, it's a long but sweet one. We're going to be hitting a decade this year. Started off as young, that very enthusiastic college students who kind of took our dreams way too seriously. Started off in 2011, where we knew that there was something that was missing amongst what we were all doing, and that was some sort of a purpose or meaning, right? And beginning from there, we thought that we needed more answers. We needed to know who we were, where we're coming from, where are we headed to. So understanding where we all were at, especially during college days, we needed more support and guidance. So stemming from there, Inspiron started off in 2011, a typical story of starting a space in a garage. So we're one of those types, yes, in the parking lot. But we knew that we needed something bigger, a vision that could bring real change in people's lives. We needed support unconditionally. And that's when we started off working with a lot of students, teachers, parents, trying to understand behavior, personalities, what people are going through, and how can we come about certain standardized solutions towards mental health. So that's where we began. And we knew that our country wasn't very prepared, wasn't very ready to seek something called counseling or psychotherapy or mental health. It is so stigmatized. Probably post-pandemic, we see a little bit of change, but the amount of stigma that we had gave rise and birth to literally Inspiron with our concept called consult over a cup of coffee. So what do we do here? We make it very easy, convenient, accessible, that you can walk down in your PJs into our centers and you will have a space filled with art, music, animal-assisted therapy as well. Now, how do we destigmatize this whole mental health care space? Is the whole concept that we have introduced here at Inspiron. Now, while we make it very new, we knew that there were certain challenges in this journey of healthcare. we knew that mental health wasn't receiving the kind of attention that any other healthcare system received in our country, or even as a matter of fact, globally. And paying attention to this brought about a lot of promotion, awareness. We brought in intervention techniques. How do we prevent the deterioration of such sort of, the importance of mind and body connection? And that's where Inspiron comes in. We brought in one change, one step at a time. All of these changes, a team of us, very enthusiastic, still staying here, driven by our huge vision of at least bring about change about 10 million lives in the next 1 to 2 years, is where we are at.
So that's an incredible story, absolutely. I'm starting from a garage. Oh my God, that makes for a a beautiful novel someday maybe. So, what are the challenges you or young entrepreneurs have faced in the healthcare industry? Any specific issues that you faced?
Right. Let's say entrepreneurship by itself is a very staggered journey. The graph is not uphill. The graph is highs and lows and ups and downs, but it's a journey, right? Now, especially when we look at mental health, it faces a lot of challenge. Example, stigma, lack of availability of experts, lack of knowledge or even awareness about such services. With that comes affordability, accessibility. Who do you go to even when you have a concern or a problem? So those are the kind of challenges that we have been facing, but we have definitely been putting our best foot forward in creating awareness and campaigns. Over the last, say, 5 years, we've reached out to at least creating an impact of 17 lakh lives so far. And we've done at least about 25,000 consultations with psychiatrists, with psychologists, counselors, art-based experts as well. Now, while we look at the challenges in entrepreneurship, not a lot of people even believe this journey. You've been constantly being questioned, not just by others, by your own mind. Is it all worth it? Yeah. Am I going to make it until then? Maybe I should just drop out. Oh, look at how much fun our friends are having here, right? You have a lot of doubts because you make a whole bunch of sacrifices in this journey. While that could be somebody's personal. For any entrepreneur, it's kind of like all or none. I either win everything, I either succeed in it, or I almost feel like, oh, I haven't gotten there yet at all, right? There is kind of no in between for entrepreneurs. We kind of need things perfect. So that's one of the challenge personally. Now, when we look at it, when we step out of the world, when we go out and meet experts, they're all kind of gray hair, right? They look at us like, oh, young blood. I know you need a fight, but you need some gray hair out there, right? Which they're definitely referring to experience in our age. So that's where this journey of healthcare comes with a lot of people who are competitive out there. You have big players there. And that is something that we got to upskill. We need to constantly learn. Be resilient. And that makes all the difference there.
So I guess these are the same, the kind of doubts which, plague every young dynamic youth. So like you're wonderfully, transformed yourself from just, a regular student to this coming to this entrepreneurship. Like any piece of advice you would like to give this youth of India who really want to start their own business? Anything at all?
Definitely. I believe that it's a triangle, what I quickly call as 3 things that we need. 1 is skill. 2nd, passion. 3rd, the zeal to never give up. When I refer to skill, it's about the knowledge that you have about your field. Very, very important. 2nd, the passion, which means the idea behind it, the purpose of the reason that you hold behind this particular idea. And 3rd is the resilience to keep moving forward. It's a journey. It's about a learning. It's a personal belief that I carry. It's not about how far you go. It's about the number of people that you've taken with you. And that is what we do here. Yes.
How lovely. Very perfectly you have given those tips, and I'm sure so many of the youngsters were actually, just waiting for your wonderful golden words to come out of your mouth. And you're so wonderfully vocal about such things that you're talking today. Now we are going to have a segment which I'm sure you're going to enjoy a lot. You must have heard of rapid fire. And that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to throw a word to you, and I would expect a very quick and short, whatever first word that comes to your mind or any thought at all connected to that word, I would expect as answer. So my first word to you is success.
Priority.
All right, that's an interesting answer. Well, the second word is life.
Live it.
Okay. Entrepreneurship. Your take on
A
it.
journey. A journey. A journey.
Come again, come again.
A journey.
Okay, it's a journey. Beautiful. Team.
Your strength.
Your take on India.
Opportunity.
A land of opportunity, definitely in this century. Then healthcare, your domain.
It's a vision.
All right. So that's a quick one and beautifully answered. Some really remarkable answers you've given. Thank you so much, Priyanka, for coming on our show and sharing your valuable time and insights with us at Medicircle. It has been a real pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I hope that we are all going to be able to transform a lot of lives here, especially paying a little more attention to mental health and the quality of care that we're going to be able to provide. And I'm sure as we're building these communities, a lot of us are going to be able to work towards regulating mental health, making it more accessible, making it more stigma-free. So I hope these words reach out to a lot more people, and we're all going to do our best to get there. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Priyanka. Those were really some wise words from not so old one. So thank you, Priyanka. It was lovely having you here. And I wish you all the best in all your future endeavors. Thank you again.
And to our lovely listeners, I would like to say that please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe our channel.